What the fuck? Okay, that's okay.
Let's play! Yahoo!
Sometimes I'm really glad. Oh, look at us. Oh no. This is very bad.
Where's the 3 location written down on this piece of paper? And they look really mad at us too.
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh!
By royal decree. Let's play.
Ow! Is everything good?
Rise.
Yeah, we're all good.
Let's do this quick. This is bad.
Everything good outside?
I guess this is it.
I see.
Yahoo! Yeah.
Fuck? That's it. We have the Geo guys. Huh. Examine the Fatui research. There's a lot of
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper too.
Maybe they're trying to reproduce a talisman.
I haven't seen this pattern before.
Oh, I'm gonna get fucked.
Where? Oh, Paimon knows. It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious.
Not just a relic.
Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers.
Yep.
Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect.
Exactly.
Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
Things are Fatui are definitely up to something.
And the plot thickens.
The plot
We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhang Li soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Yep. My suspicion, by the way. Where is it?
Yeah.
What the fudge?
Let's play! Guba, get
You
them!
guys are okay with each other?
On, reveal thyself! Brace yourself! Wouldn't gliding be faster?
This up and then run. Ow.
By royal decree! Let's play! Go.
You just miss all your shots. Wow.
You need to hurry up.
By royal decree!
Roasted fry.
Wow, you finally hit something.
You need to hurry up.
Oh, I'm so small that it doesn't affect me. He's getting a lot burned.
This was well done.
Ow.
Life goes on.
Hurry up.
I'm so small that I'm not getting shot. That is so annoying.
Unfortunate fault.
Oh my god, I am too small. When being small actually matters. That's actually sad. He can't hit me because I'm so small.
Faster?
Yo.
Okay, faster.
Did I just break him? Ah. I broke him. Ah, there we go.
Get them! Oz, reveal thyself!
Easy. This is supposed to be a march? Huh, John Lee! Hey look, I'm Venti, bro. Remember me?
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Yeah, it was alright.
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
Yeah, they did.
What did you talk about with her?
A few things like the Fatui and
She's
stuff.
super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
Business people are always suited when it suits their interest.
Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
She's giving her honest, very honest opinion.
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Times have changed.
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing.
I've noticed that, yep.
Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
It's highly intelligent. That's for
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever
really
achieve
like
that.
this.
It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
Interesting. Why?
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
Makes sense.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
I mean, yeah, Fatuis have not been trustworthy. so
That
far.
is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
Now they're trying to reproduce a sigil of permission.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Diwa Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Ah, okay.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingsa Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
Okay.
No, those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all.
You need them wild.
Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song.
Ah.
Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now.
Ooh.
Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense.
Okay.
But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
You need me to pick them up. So you need me to sing.
That's correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest fragrance from the flowers.
Barbara, I choose you.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe
come on.
you?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Bring up Barbara, please. Barbara, I need you. Ah, there you are. Just so
Wouldn't
happy
gliding
to
be
be
faster?
right there. That's a start.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Da
Da da da da da da da da.
They were,
Jumping.
they were happy about it. They were not happy about that.
Did you sing a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Leland?
They were so pissed about that.
Oh, it's revealed by
Oh my god, that is so hilarious.
Boba, get them!
Oh my god, I'm just like
Those
teared up.
weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Almost found put up quite a fight.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower.
Yeah, we already know that.
Strange. These petals look interesting.
Why you
The
say
glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
that? Alright.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's you, Ganyu.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face?
Young you.
Paimon can't remember.
I'm so tempted.
Yangu? Who's that? You have completely forgotten my name, haven't you?
I was close. Oh, okay, no. It was an accident, so yeah. I didn't know that. I thought something else.
Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you,
Well, it
Young
sure
you.
would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Aha, so you're not the only one who's forgetful. I mean, I'm not the
We
only one who's
found the way
forgetful.
on our own.
in secret, so perhaps you just saying we knew. Guess it was our fault for not asking.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu.
You're forgetting stuff.
She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it.
Okay.
Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Aw, why?
Oh,
Also,
sorry.
I
We
just
shouldn't have
realized
brought it up.
she has this bell-looking thing on her, and you know how goats have usually bells on attached to them, like a collar. So and she also has a horn. So, Coco goat.
No, it's quite all right.
It looks like a bell.
I just haven't
So it looks like a
processed my
Coco goat.
emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
5 past? What do you mean?
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
Really?
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
Really?
Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old,
Oh.
whereas
well,
Rex
actually-
Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
That is actually kind of... Wow. The youngest is 500 years old.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden.
Miss Coco Goat, Ganyu.
As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus,
I mean, we're just seeing Barbados.
I think I
aka
will
Fenty.
eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say as an Adeptus?
She's an Adeptus. Come on, like you never. Everyone looks human except her.
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
What? How old are you?
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
That explains her forgetfulness.
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies?
Yes, I am looking
I
for them.
also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
Are you sure your
See,
forgetfulness?
I've
won't-
just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
Let me guess.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Oh.
Wow, so you really know your stuff too. Thanks, Ganyu.
I have a feeling it's not the actual Lily.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of
Oh, it was
parting
actually
are
fun.
mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Xiangli, you seem suited to working in agricultural department. development.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already.
I swear he is. I swear Zhongli is Rex Lapis.
Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at
Just
first,
like how-
and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time.
Just like how Venti is Barbados. Rex Lapis, you know, they're going by their whatever weird name they keep going by. But yeah, that's what I think.
So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
That's pretty deep.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all.
I think he did see it.
Alright, I think it's about time
It's
we head
pretty,
back to
I think
Liyue
it's pretty
Harbor
obvious.
now.
I think it's. I mean, I'm almost at this point 80% sure that wild glazed lilies. Nice. Are there actually glazed lilies here? That's the question. Listen, what is this? It's up the cliff? That's not really. Oh, never mind. We're teleporting here. No, that's not what I wanted. The leeway looks so beautiful. And then right there, right behind there is another boat that you see. Right there. Oh my god, that looks so sick. That child. That looks like a Fatui.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui?
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui.
I mean, to be
Only
honest, I
now
think-
do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you.
Yeah, I mean, you are sketch as fuck.
Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Anything we can.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both
Yeah,
sides?
I mean, that's what
Or
we did before.
will you use your sword to turn the balance?
Well, peace first, then sword.
Neither path is an easy one.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Ah.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Alright.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
You know, Mr. More money than sense.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him.
really?
He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
There's only one place he would go. Which, by the way, I say that, but I don't know where it is. Oh, no. You wouldn't dare. Making me go all the way there.
Let's play!
Huh. Wait, I don't remember that. What was that? It looks like a big giant royal palace up there. The golden house. Was this always here? I don't remember this golden house being here. Also, what is that? The fuck? I don't remember some of these things. Especially with the... I know the I don't know this golden house. I thought he would be in the... I thought he would most likely be in the thing. The bank. Ooh, Mora. Mora. Mora mi Mora. Enter the golden house. Ooh. Let's go. Shit. This is a long mission, that's for sure.
Wow! This is
Look
the
at that
golden
Mora symbol.
house?
Is that Rex Lapis' body?
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside?
What the fudge?
And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
What? Touch a single Mora or done.
Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
Yeah.
Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, I could see some
Oh,
dead bodies,
right.
maybe.
Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely
there's-
someone's
yeah.
gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Look! What happened here?
The middle of they've been knocking cars.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright.
Shit, dude.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Sir, are you alright? Huh, they could be messed around with by the looks of it. But yeah, Paimon, to money. Oh, look at all that money. Oh, what's this? More money. Man. Whoa.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
Child.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Looks like I was just in time then.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
I won't lie. Let's go with the most cheesiest dialogue ever. Not if I have anything to say about it.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway.
Okay, child.
The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that.
I mean, he's a harbinger. Come on.
When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions.
Really, the consequences.
But as for
making
me,
everyone an enemy.
the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides,
What happened
you
to
could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I could never defeat you. You're completely delusional, man. You suddenly turned like a...
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it.
Like one of those, what do you call it?
This chance is hard to
Reboot.
come by, so show me all
Oh
you've got.
my gosh!
So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Faster? Okay, fast.
Passable
Sacred
left.
name, Fortune Preserver.
Poor timing. Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Good. No
Where'd
wonder
your mask
Signora
now?
was so rarely viewed. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This
You
is
just
about
threw
to
it.
get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Don't worry, I got it.
No use hiding back there.
Wow.
Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, indeed. What the fuck? I just beat him!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Come on! Force it! Geo Archon, bitch! What the fuck? I knew that he's gonna get that body.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Oh, he's pissed. Why are you screaming? What the fuck? Excuse me? Mr. Weeaboo turned Mr. Mr. Godly Weeaboo. What the fuck? The god and anima is in his side. For sure, man. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck happened to him?
This is going to cost you!
Oh my god, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Mr. God of weeaboos. Mr. God of anime.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information to
Delusional versus delusional. Let's go, boys. We got this.
now? Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Here we go. Think you can get away? Wouldn't like.
Nice and spicy, you're toast! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
No rest.
Oh, that was so good.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off.
Cool off. Looks like you're beaten up.
It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body.
Foul legacy
I lacked the
transformation.
opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
Yeah.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Nor we're. Even if we did take it, we're not gonna give it to you.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
because I'm the avatar and I'm collecting all the elements. My former power.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle
What the fuck
against
is
one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons.
Fucking weird.
Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
Maybe. I might know who already has it.
What? So you mean that...
The corpse was a fake, obviously.
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Invade.
backup plan?
Invade.
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than I. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weaklings who think otherwise. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
Excuse me?
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath
What
the
the
waves
fuck?
by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since.
Oh!
If such an
Those
ancient god were to be
spears.
unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Well,
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
the sigil of permission.
Hey, those are sigils of permission.
Of course.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
I saw your research with my own
Indeed.
eyes.
The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research.
I thought I knew something was up. Like there's no. Okay. Also, I like how it's clipping against me. But anyways, I knew something was up. There was no way he was gonna get.
With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Child, why are you so... What happened, man? Child! You awaken the beast. Holy shit! Holy shit! Omae mo shinderu! Nani? Oh my gosh, how big is this god exactly?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone.
Of course he's gone.
That guy is fast. What's going on?
Well, we're fucked. Oh no. That is so much catastrophe going down there. Oh my gosh.
Paimon's exhausted.
That, what the fuck am I looking
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Do we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
I mean, it looked like it was kind of destroying it.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Zhao!
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti.
Oh,
What are
look.
you doing on the Jade Chamber?
Everyone's here.
Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
By the way, Ningguang, and the Adepti, just so you know, it was the Fatuis all along. They kind of did this, by the way, before we all forget, and the Fatui kind of invades us right after this. Just so you know.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue?
I was like, rah! It snatched
Just
Paimon.
seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle.
I mean, won't it?
Which is
The
why we
frickin'
must stop
big
that monster
giant
before it gets any closer to Liyue
It's so
Harbor.
huge.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
Maybe.
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Rex, Lapis.
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
Cutscene! Oh, is it like a fortress? What is happening? What the fuck? What's going on? Oh, the ballistas! Oh, and they're each controlling the ballistas. Oh, I got it. Fire up! Fatui!
The Fatui! They're attacking the Genshin ballista!
Wow, you guys are absolute assholes. You are going all out war. This is absolute madness. Wow. Fatuis have gone desperate.
The three Adepti are
think
manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Think you can get away?
By royal decree!
Okay, the next one's gonna come here. Yep.
By royal decree! Here we go!
No.
Killjoy!
Stop it.
Looks like I went too far.
Yeah, you did. Good too. Dude, this is epic. Oh, wow.
That is Osial's divine power. I am be careful not to get hit.
What the fuck? What am I supposed to do that?
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare you? Snesh and I's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Think you can get away?
The ancient gods attack me again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Oh, come on.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is
Thanks to Madame Tech
mental energy!
Okay, what?
That
We'll
light
release-
from your body! It's like the time in Julian Cars!
Stop it, stop it.
Wow! It's Madame Pig's shockwave! This brain is really strong!
Miscalculated. My duty.
Think you can get away? Wouldn't brace yourself.
I really need to go. Hey, buddy.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil.
This is just survival.
Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too
she's
did
killing
this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's
Oh,
like
shit.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
What are you doing? We're too fast. Wait. them. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh. You guys have gone way too far this time. I think every nation should say fuck you.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
What's your point?
Let me amuse myself a little. Time for takeoff.
No, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it!
Time for takeoff.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Royal decree. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Over here.
Life goes on. Box of adepti tricks.
Wouldn't gliding be that time for takeoff?
Bye bye.
Into the fire. The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades. Once we finish this battle, the Adepti will be able to...
Millilith soldier, you're useless. You're not even here, man. Oh my gosh, I just punch.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Oh, I'm firing my laser! Bah! Uh-oh.
It's working. We just need to keep this
No,
up.
shut up, shut up. Yeah, you know, you kind of fucked up again. I knew you were gonna say that. Never say that word. Oh no. What is this? Oh no. Thank you, Zhao. What about the rest? Okay, the rest are gonna pick that too. Only one.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
You're gonna crash into it.
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Goodbye. Holy shit. That looks not worse for wear. Could have been worse. Oh, actually, never mind. Take it back. I just took it in. Oh, will it be destroyed? I wonder. Wow. That was epic fight. Indeed. Not bad. I actually enjoyed that. Holy shit.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade.
Making sure I record this time, yep.
The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Oh, come on, man. Stop being so
now.
stingy.
There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud
Thank you,
Retainer.
Madame.
I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Not much destroyed.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
What wishes?
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago.
Times change.
Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Ooh, that's scary as fuck.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Okay.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same sides here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
And there's a discord between the Guardians and those they are meant to defend. Harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon.
Oh!
The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
The guard.
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith.
Yeah, I think so.
I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks
Wasn't
to
this
the
the
aid
guy
of the
who,
Adepti,
we were just
our
talking to?
forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Yeah, I know, right?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
Yeah, thank you, Madame Peng.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and
Why she sound like she's
and
about to
loads
cry?
of things that make the harbor so pretty.
She's like, pretty. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Why?
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh my gosh. Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Oh, come on now. Enjoy the festival.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view,
corruption is a thing
that is
too.
still a thing to be guarded against.
Fair.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
I bet they were quite reasonable in the end.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
Yeah.
Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out.
But he didn't come.
But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our
We
own.
already know where he
So
is.
Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
I mean, technically, I think we already have a clue.
Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Ah, so close. Takes too long. I'm too lazy. And Wilson, don't we need to go soon to the? I'm gonna check the address. That's for dinner, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just. Dinner. That's what I checked. 17. Okay. Thank you. Just making sure, you know. Gotta be. Check the app. Just make sure nothing changed. But yeah, not that bad. Nothing. 750. Got it.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We're looking for...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble.
Oh, please, Zhongli, don't tell me
We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Oh, someone's listening to this again. Child, oh boy. My guess is, yeah, he's gonna take the... I forgot. The Geno? I forgot to code. But yeah, my guess is...
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Shut up. I heard it one time.
Let's play!
Stupid girl. Yeah, you know what's good? Screw you and your Fatui. I really want to see what Fatuis are like. They're like the ice people, so they cry.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
Yeah, you look absolutely ridiculous with that outfit, by the way.
Ah,
interesting.
Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have some time to think about it.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Yeah, it's okay. 2v1, I could handle
So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Yeah.
This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we could tell.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Isn't this an act of war? And they're like they kind of summon an old god to wipe out the map. I mean, like in a political sense, this is an act of war, and therefore, if what they did to by looking at this and thinking of what they did to Mondstadt, you could technically say that they're trying to wipe out the rest of the place, like Izanami and stuff like that. Izanumi, I don't know what the new place is called. Pretty much all that. So they technically can't really trust the Fatui, and therefore, who knows who could be the next, right? So therefore, I probably go all out war with Fatui. Just say fuck you too.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
Oh, come on, you just...
Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Senora and Zhongli.
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm
I wonder
through
if we could
here.
get Senora. That would be kind of interesting. I know we could get Child. He just came out.
You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Yeah, I know.
What in the world are you talking about?
He is Rex Lapis. It's pretty obvious.
The contract is fulfilled.
You're
that
not
which
just
thou
giving it.
seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Zhongli, are you fried? Is your brain all right? You seen what they did? You think they're just gonna leave everything be? Zhongli, you are one dumb motherfucker. For someone who's 3,700 years.
Sanctimonious.
I mean, I have my suspicion.
What? So you're the Lord of Geo?
Yeah, that's pretty
No,
obvious.
wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
Yeah. I mean, they just literally almost wiped out Leeway. What do you think?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
So he planned this.
Wait,
What you saying?
What?
He planned this.
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know,
Why?
I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago.
Okay.
Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer.
So you put your city in jeopardy.
So I feigned my own death.
Oh, you jeopardized your city.
And gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
So were you satisfied with the finale?
Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning.
But
That's
powers.
right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Yeah, that's pretty
Of
true.
course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore.
But why the
The
Fatui?
Adepti deserve the
Out of
greatest
everyone.
applause, considering their years of seclusion.
I get it, they're evil, but that
They
doesn't
hardly
make side with
recognized
evil.
the city. Yet faced with such a crisis, they
We're
exerted
talking
the
about
greatest
Fatui.
amount
They're
of restraint.
capable of doing
Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, They even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing.
What do you mean?
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Yeah.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most.
To be
as such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for
Shut up,
deceiving me?
child.
You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down.
Will for sure
The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Turning coal into a diamond. It's a very possible thing, by the way, guys.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that?
You
Are you
ruined
itching
this.
for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Really?
Well then, with the Gnosis in
But
my
fuck you,
possession,
Signora.
I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty,
Child.
the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then,
I think I
is there
still...
anything else you wish to ask me?
No.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good
I
trade
probably
is
know
a
what it
fair
is, but
trade.
still.
Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Your
Realistically
power
speaking,
gone.
there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Why she wants a Gnosis. Zhongli, I'm not sure if that was a good idea. Man. Oh, by the way. Take cheese! Ah, shit. That out now. Oh, come on. Out of every time you decide to... Ah, there we go. Perfect. Venti! Oh yes, Venti. No, shit. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Come on, do your thing. Come on, Venti. Come on, Venti. You got this. Two Archons, one next to each other. Come on, let's do this. Come on, I don't have time to wait. There you go. Fine, that works. Okay, first of all, friends. What? Addicted potato. The fuck is addicted potato?
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Wow, guys. That's pretty much the story. Wait, wrong side. Wow. After the dust settles.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Okay, guys, wait, let's get up top here. Oh shit, this video is 1 out of 20 now.